Hi everyone! How I make my art journals? Well, at least a lot of them. There has been a lot of people asking how I make my watercolor art journal like this one. And it's the easiest technique I know to make art journals, and I like it. So here goes. Now, it doesn't have to be watercolor paper. I just have lots of watercolor pads from the cheap store, and that's what I use. Of course, watercolor paper is thick and can withstand a lot of stuff, a lot of wet media. So it's great, but this technique can be done with any kind of paper that you want, and I will explain and show you. Now, as you can see, there is no cover for this journal. I do the cover at the end, and I will explain it. So I've got a watercolor pad, and I will just take as many pages as I want to put in my journal. Let's take 2 for the demonstration. Again, it doesn't matter what size, just use whatever you want. If you have a smaller pad and you want to use this, then that's all good. Whatever you have, that's what you use. So I'm just going to trim this. It would be easier for me in this way. Okay, so just trimming. So this technique is called back to back. I think I have other videos about it, but never mind. So you just fold each page in half. No measuring, no nothing, just each page in half. And then you stack them and you glue them to each other. That's why it's called back to back. Now, why do I don't have a cover? First of all, because if I like the journal, I will keep adding more and more pages. This is not from the same pad, so that's why the difference in the size. And I like to keep the cover for the end, because a lot of time I will do all kinds of sticking out stuff, a lot of texture, and when I'm working inside the journal, then it bothers me. So, and I don't want it to get ruined as I'm working with glue and paint and all kinds of stuff. So that's why. So as you can see, just this, I will put some glue. I use silicone glue just because I like it, and you can use white glue. It will just take a little bit longer to dry. Now sometimes it's better because then you can play with the placement of your pages. If you didn't put them quite as you want, you can still play with them and wait for it to dry. Now, if you are concerned that it won't hold, you can always reinforce the spine. Like you've got this, put some clip-ons that will hold it, and then put some white glue here and let it dry. So I've got this. Now here it is another. This one is made from all kinds of paper. I had a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and I just, each 12 by 12 I just cut in half and mixed them. It was a 12 by 12, as you can see. So each 12 by 12 I cut in half, folded in half, and now all I have to do is just start gluing back to back. So if I've got, this is the first page and it's upside down, again just glue. Let's wait for it. Now you can use a score tape if you prefer, not dealing with wet. whatever works for you. And placing it, aligning it, and moving on to the next page so I can continue adding as much as I want. And when I'm working on a journal, as I said, sometimes I want more pages, then I will add more pages, and sometimes I feel like that's it. I don't want to work on that size or that paper, and I will decide that that's it, and I will do the cover. So as you can see, that's how I go about it. Easiest technique ever. And as I said, you can use any kind of paper that you want. I've done it with a paper map, paper from maps. I've done it with, let's see, with paper bags, with whatever you want. The only time that I do a stitch, and again, I don't measure, I don't do anything, it's when I have pages that are not the same size, like when I do junk journals. So the pages are all kinds of paper and they are not the same size. That's when I use a stitch to bind everything, and I don't use the back to back. Let's see, where is the middle? Here it is. Here is the thread that I use to bind all these pages together. So that's it. I hope you will do your own journals and have fun with it and use whatever you have. So thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.